You think you know what we're going to talk about.
But unfortunately, I fell down a damn rabbit hole and I've not gotten out yet.
Knife bros.
I literally Googled Sebastian Stan hands. But just when you least expect it, we changed the game.
Well, yeah, because like usually in astrology, they would partner up air signs with fire signs.
All right, you can huggle.
Time travel stories, and
At the end of the day, only one thing matters. We decide.
Well, we should make it a topic. Unfortunately, I didn't take German in school. I took Spanish and I don't remember any of it.
Three Fates Decide podcast.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Three Fates Decide. My name is Mary, and I'm with my two co-hosts, Sam and Liz. Say hi, ladies.
hello.
Hello.
Today, we are going to be kind of revisiting a topic we talked about a while ago with the social media, but we're going to be focusing in on a certain platform known as TikTok. It is a very popular platform for content creators. However, it's got its pros and cons, which we will be kind of discussing today.
Mm-hmm.
I will admit I'm not a huge TikTok user. I have it, but I don't post anything. I only follow a couple of people on there. One of them tends to be like a kind of a makeup influencer, and another one is he's really kind of funny. He's a cook. He cooks vintage recipes, and it's quite hilarious to watch him. And I want to especially watch his reactions if it's really, really bad or really, really good, because it's like he doesn't think any of it's going to be good, and then all of a sudden his mind is like blown. It's great, but that's about what I watch.
Yeah, I'm not a huge TikToker. The only things I think I've ever posted myself, I did like 1 or 2 music challenges where it was like music from the 60s, music from the 80s. I think I did one like, can you recognize the movie like music or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
And then acting challenges. I did like one of those. So, and that's like and we'll get into that more of like the positive side of TikTok. So, and Liz, I know you don't have TikTok at all.
Nope, I don't. I just never had much of an interest in getting yet another social media platform account, and especially in the early days when TikTok started getting popular, I just had zero interest in it because it was like the general impression that I'm sure some of you listening to this probably got, just like I did, was that it's dominated by a bunch of kids who post really silly content that I had absolutely zero interest in consuming. So I just never wanted to get involved with it. And I know there is more like, good stuff on there now, but it's just like it's just getting too much. I didn't feel like juggling yet another thing on top of other things that I sort of use and not very consistently either,
Yeah, so I know for like me, I'm with you, Liz. Like I tried to hold out as long as possible. I was not about TikTok at all because when I first heard of it was when I was teaching high school students. All of a sudden they'd be doing like these stupid dances. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, I don't understand. And like, I mean, because the dances were like weird. So I was like, I'm never getting TikTok, like absolutely not, blah blah blah. And
Yes.
then people would send me videos of like other stuff. And there's actually a lot of different types of content on TikTok, which I think is a good thing. Is that
Mhm.
there's some for teenagers, some for adults, some for like, the middle of the pack, and like different things that you're interested in. And you kind of get a nice blend. And what's nice about TikTok is as you start looking at videos and liking certain things, when you open TikTok on your For You page, your FYP, which is like basically the home page, and you start scrolling, you'll start to see more similar things to the things that you've liked in the past.
Right,
is
it's pretty
nice.
similar. Right, it's pretty similar to what YouTube does.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, I held out on TikTok pretty long as well. I mean, I think I downloaded it only it's been less than a month since I've actually really had it. Like I said, I only follow like 3 people on it at the moment, and my introduction to TikTok came actually through Instagram Reels, because you can
Mm-hmm.
cross post your TikToks onto Instagram. And that's how I actually found the one guy that I started following first on TikTok, which his name is Dylan Hollis, and he does the vintage recipes that he cooks, and he's hilarious. Oh my god, it's hilarious. I've sit and like actually watched every video he's done so far, because it's just I especially if I'm having a really bad day, that's a great way to pick me up, because just to watch him cook and his commentary is hilarious.
Yeah. That's the stuff that I like, is like when you can find something, as you said, like you have the chefs or whatever, a lot of
Mhm.
comedy. And like what's nice about TikTok as opposed to, I mean, I guess Instagram has kind of started now, I think probably to compete with TikTok, but like
Mhm.
you could do like a 3-minute video and like, so you have a lot more space for the content that you want to create and stuff like that. So it's amazing how many people have become famous as a result of TikTok. Influencers, like this is like their bread and butter. Like
Right.
Instagram, was the start of it, and TikTok kind of took it to the next level.
Right. And I could remember people doing silly things like planking in like really
Hmm.
dangerous places because of TikTok.
Yes.
Um Owling was another one I remember distinctly from the early 2000s, or from like the mid 2000s, I think.
Hmm.
I'm like,
I think
"Ooh."
TikTok had the Kylie Jenner lip challenge.
Yes, they did. Oh my god, that hurt a lot of people. That was one of the that's one of the bad sides of TikTok.
Yes. Some of the
Ugh,
trends.
yeah,
But at the same time, you can't blame TikTok for people's stupidity.
exactly.
Saying.
TikTok just gives people the audience to broadcast their stupidity on, is the only issue.
Exactly.
I don't blame TikTok. I don't blame the app and the creators of TikTok themselves. It's just the fact that they have given these people the platform to be able to broadcast this to millions of people, that I just kind of like side eye them on that. I'm like, really? Really? But it's mostly the people that are doing the idiotic things that I'm like, y'all are just dumb.
Yep.
All I can say is
Um,
thank God all of my stupid stuff happened long before there was ever any type of documentation for it.
yes.
Oh God, yes.
That is the joy of growing up and being a late 90s, early 2000 kid. Because
Mhm.
we had internet, but we didn't have it like we do now, and you didn't do shit like that and document it for the world to see. Just your friends.
Right. Exactly. Well, and that's the whole thing, is like the three of us have been around since the internet really took off.
Uh-huh.
And, we've watched it, go from, obviously you had chat rooms on AOL
Yup.
Right.
and then
And Yahoo.
MySpace.
Mine was Yahoo chat rooms and MySpace.
Oh yes,
Those are
Yahoo
my
chat.
jams.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I miss Yahoo
MySpace.
groups.
Yeah. Oh, and then
MySpace
creating
was
websites on GeoCities or Angel Fire.
Yes,
Remember
I
those?
had those. I had those.
Me too.
Oh, Tripod was really good though.
Oh yeah, tripod was good. Yes.
So, with TikTok, so
Okay.
it's funny we're talking about how, in the beginning we were like, oh, it's just a bunch of kids. That's what they want. It's technically meant for people between the ages of 16 to 24. They don't want people that are older. But obviously you can't stop people from signing up. So,
Right.
and that's part
Well,
of like, unfortunately, as a result of that, you have these adults that go on and, start harassing kids or, vice versa, like kids attacking adults for some of their content, and like a lot of toxicity and drama occur on
And
TikTok.
cyberbullying and cyber stalking happens a lot
Oh
on
my
TikTok.
God.
A
Oh my
lot.
God.
On
Especially
TikTok,
about like the political stuff.
yo, yeah. And we're not a political podcast. We don't get
No.
political here, but my God, it doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on. It's
No.
animosity.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. So that's the part of TikTok that I dislike. Is people suddenly have like a backbone and just
Keyboard warriors.
wait, but they're like it's like camera warriors. Like it's crazy some of the things that I've seen. Like because on TikTok it's more than just doing a comment. You can take someone's video and like green screen it into your video and then like destroy them
Yeah.
and like call them out or whatever. You could duet them and like call them, or like someone makes a comment to you that you don't like, you can take that comment and make a video calling them out. Like it's crazy. That's like that's the stuff about TikTok that I don't like, is that it doesn't protect people as well as a lot of the others. Now, they do try, they do try to police bullying and stuff like that. I know I've seen people get kicked off and things like that, but by the time it happened, like everything's all said and done, like it's a vicious world. Vicious world. Can get a little soap opera on TikTok.
Yeah. Yeah.
The-
I mean, I go through Reddit and multiple times will I see on there's at least 2 Reddit pages that I follow pretty religiously because I enjoy the laughs I get out of them. And then sometimes I'm just like the posts are rage inducing, just depends on the day. But
Mhm.
anyway, I will see TikToks on the Reddit, like screenshots of the TikToks on the Reddit. And I'm just like, and it's usually it tends to be a lot of guys asking or saying like really misogynistic, asinine stuff about women. Like this
Mhm.
one dude was talking about why are we normalizing why are we saying that normalizing body hair on women? I'm like, dude, have you never been into a fucking biology class? Hair is normal. Body hair is normal on both genders.
And it's healthy.
Exactly. I mean, for me
Go to
personally,
Europe.
if the dude wants if the guy I'm dating insists that I have to shave my body hair from like the neck down, I have to be completely smooth and hairless, then I'm like, I'm gonna be side-eyeing him just a little bit because I'm gonna be thinking some things I'm like, I don't think I need to be thinking.
Mhm.
You know, the women that want to shave like that and be like that, you go for it, girl. As long as it's for you. Do not do it for a man. Don't. You
Yep.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just like
I
your
agree.
hygiene and your basic hygiene, yes. Showering, please do it. Wash your hair, brush your teeth. Do that every day. Put deodorant on. You don't have to shave every day if you don't want to.
Yep. But that's true. Like you see it like on Reddit or whatever, but it's the same thing And it's all social media, of course, you know?
Right. It
It's
is.
it's people just feel like their opinions need to be not only heard, but accepted regardless of if they offend
Anybody
someone
or
or not,
not. Exactly.
you know? And it's just it is amazing, you know, like, I saw, you know, someone was like, why am I the bad guy that I refuse to accept, you know, um, the LGBTQ community or, you know, and like lists off a bunch of things. And it's like, you don't have to prove, I guess, even though but it's none of your business. Like, that's, I think, what needs to get through people's heads. And like a lot of these social media platforms, they make it their business because they don't have a problem of going out there and spewing just hatred. What other people
Yep.
do with their lives, if it's not hurting you, it's not hurting anybody, it's not illegal, like, you know what I mean? Or I'm gonna say
Right.
illegal because laws are ridiculous, but like if
Some
it's not
laws are.
physic
There are others that
yeah,
are very well, very,
but if
very
they're
well good. Yeah.
if they're not physically hurting anybody, you know, or, you know, affecting anybody else, why do
Hmm.
you care? Why do you care what someone
Yeah.
else does with their life, with their body, with their, you know, whatever? And
Hmm.
it's just the amount of toxicity that I see on it is mostly on TikTok. I see this.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's toxicity in everything, but TikTok
Oh yeah.
is just vicious. Vicious.
Hmm. It is.
That's the side that I don't like. I don't get involved. Like,
Right.
you know, I
Right.
try and like when it comes across on my FYP page, I put that I'm not interested and hope that I don't get anything else like that. Like, it's just oh, like I the world is so negative as it is. Like, most
Hmm.
people want to go on these social media accounts for the fun stuff. And like that's what they should be for. You know, like the stupid little dances. You know what though? The kids liked it. Go for it. Do your stupid little dance. You know,
Yeah. Just
the
because I
chat
think it's stupid doesn't mean you should stop doing it.
exactly. Look
I
at you
mean,
like you're crazy, but you're having fun. Go for it, man. More power to
seriously,
you.
if you're not harming anybody and it's not you're not harming anyone else and you're not putting yourself in harm's way to do whatever it is you want to do on TikTok, like a dance or whatever. Whether I think it's something that I want to watch or I want to see, I may think it's the dumbest thing on the planet. That just because that's my opinion doesn't mean I'm going to go sit there and tell every kid that I see or person doing that dance, well, that's stupid. Why are you doing this? That's just dumb.
Hmm.
No, you're not hurting me. You're not hurting anybody else. You're not hurting yourself. Go for it.
Have fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's like at that point, it's like,
Uh,
listen, if you choose to do it, okay, whether you are proud of it later or you feel like you just embarrassed yourself, that's your problem. That's your business.
That's your
You
issue.
know? That is
yeah.
your business. That is your problem. So you take responsibility for the consequences. You know?
Basically, it's one of those is where it's you do you, boo. Basically, it's one of those.
Um. So
But
that's like the negative. I think a lot of the cons that I see
yeah,
with
which,
TikTok.
but like you said, that's with all social medias. But TikTok seems to be very much worse than the others. I would say
Right. Yeah.
seems to be
And
a little.
I'm just reading. TikTok is a Chinese country company. Chinese
Yeah.
company. It's its own
Yeah.
country. And
Yeah.
it's been censoring a lot of videos because obviously China has a lot of censorship laws that I know we talked about
Mhm.
in terms of Hollywood. I know we're possibly going to do another episode down the line going kind of more into that, but so
Right, because new stuff has come to light about
yes.
the censorship with China and Hollywood and everything.
Yeah.
So
But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that in another episode.
episode, yeah. But so you have a lot of brands that use TikTok since they know a lot of people use TikTok. It's they have an Instagram page, they have a Facebook page, they have a TikTok. And a lot of the content tends to get flagged, and TikTok has apparently terrible customer service. So like you reach out to TikTok and you're like, well, why was this censored or whatever? And they don't get back to you. So so just be careful what you post, because if they don't like it, it's getting blacked out. Apparently it is banned. TikTok is banned in India as a I guess as a result or whatever. So I wonder how many other countries are gonna jump on that bandwagon. But as a result of TikTok continuing to increase, and I think it's because a lot of adults are kind of jumping on, other social media platforms are slowing down and may become obsolete in the near future, including Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. Who knows how much longer. I think Instagram will probably be okay. I don't use
Yeah.
Snapchat. Honestly, I only use Snapchat. I don't snap anybody, but I use it for the filters sometimes. They have really nice filters for pictures.
I had Snapchat while I was pregnant with my daughter, because I was I was on another app called Baby Center that had what's known as birth boards for for every month of the year that whatever your due date was, whatever that month was, you would join that board, and it was all women that were due in that month. And I met some people. I mean, I don't even talk to any of them anymore now. But at the time we kind of, like, 4 or 5 of us became really close, and we talked a lot, like, every day, because we were all due around the same time of the month. We were, it was like there was like a little ball of us that was due within like a week. I think it was like a week of each other. We were all due. And we ended up moving over to Snapchat for a while until some things happened, and I ended up leaving the group. But I haven't used Snapchat in almost 5 years now. So,
Like I said, I do it just for the filters, and even that I do it like once a year. I'm probably like logged out of Snapchat because it's been so long since I've been on it.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell you what my Snapchat is. I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah, Snapchat is another one I don't use. I never got one.
Like I said, I had it just for that short amount of time. I think it was probably like a 3-month span that I had it, and then I've not been on it in almost 5 years. So I couldn't tell you my password, my username, nothing. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, it's oh my goodness.
I
But
mean,
yeah, so
I'm lucky I use Instagram, and even then I don't post hardly anything on my Instagram. The next thing I'll post on my Instagram will probably be my daughter's 5th birthday.
I don't post much on my personal Instagram, once in a blue moon. Honestly, I go
Right.
on Instagram just to like look at certain things.
That's pretty much what I use it for too.
But
Yeah.
like my workout Instagram, like I post videos of what I do. But that's about it.
Mhm.
Like, very seldom do I post anything.
Yeah.
But for people who like to post a lot, TikTok is wonderful because it's exposure to like billions of people, and it's free.
All
So
right.
remember I said like a lot of influencers and so people have used TikTok to their advantage and have really made out as a result. I was at a concert couple of weeks ago at the Stone Pony in Asbury Park, and it was a country concert, which I'm not a big country fan, but my friend had an extra ticket and asked if I would go, and I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. So the opening act, the guy got like picked up through TikTok during the pandemic. Like I feel like that's when TikTok really started taking off with like the other crowd besides like teenagers during the pandemic, because it allowed a lot of these people to get themselves out there, and they started, getting more recognition. And that's how this guy literally got picked up by his record company, and now he was on tour. He was the opening act, but he was on tour.
Right.
And so like all through TikTok, like during the pandemic, he started posting videos and started getting a lot of likes and whatever. And then I was watching American Idol. One of the contestants, I don't know if you guys ever saw this, but she's a babysitter, and her boss, I guess, came home while she was in the playroom or whatever with her daughter, and she was singing Part of Your World from Little Mermaid. And mom posted it, and it got so much recognition that American Idol reached out to them and was like, please have her come and audition. Like, come on. Seriously? So that's the positive side of TikTok, is like people who have really great like talents or companies that just really want to get their names out there or whatever. If you can come up with really creative content, you're golden. And there's a lot of people that put out some really amazing content of all different things, music videos, like I said, marketing for certain things. It's crazy the amount of stuff that you'll come across on TikTok, and as a result, a lot of people have gotten their dreams made, basically, started anyway. So we'll see. I mean, I'm gonna start doing. I know I mentioned New Year's that I wanted to do, get more into like acting or whatever, and
Mhm.
I want to make a reel. I'm gonna put stuff that I'm doing on TikTok to my reel, um, and see what happens. But there's all
Yeah,
different
'cause I've seen that
things.
several people actually do that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I did one, and like you duet the person. They tell you like you're the blue line, and the best part is you could do it like a million times. You can stop and like edit things. Like it really is like you can make a nice little video within 3 minutes. You could do 15 seconds, I think 60 seconds or 3 minutes. Um, that's the longest that you can do. But like you can stop recording one thing, change, and then continue to record. So like a lot of people do these really cool effects with the cameras and stuff, and it looks like it's edited professionally. So that's the positive side, I would say, for TikTok, is the exposure for a lot of people who probably don't have the guts to go out in front of a group of people, because it is a lot more terrifying when you have all the eyeballs staring at you.
Yeah.
um, but this gives you an opportunity to showcase your talent and it happen. So I'm gonna say that's for me uh probably the most positive.
Right. I mean, because the other thing is also is that because there's always, so many people out there that have all these talents and abilities that, it's hard to get notice. And the thing is that, well, we are talking about specifically TikTok here, but, on a lot of platforms, like on YouTube, for example, as well, is that if you are like, say, you want to get into acting, if you are having trouble getting cast in anything, whether it's because they say, "Oh, you don't have enough experience," or, "Yeah, you're just not what we're looking for," or whatever, sometimes you may need to actually be a little bit more creative and I guess entrepreneurial to a certain extent, and you should make your own content. I was actually reminded of like a few weeks ago, I was watching Finding Your Roots, and in one of the episodes, John Leguizamo was one of the guests, and in his mini interview that he did with Dr. Gates before they dived into the whole family history research that Dr. Gates and his team did, John talked a lot about how when he was starting out, trying to get into acting professionally, he and his peers like Benjamin Bratt would have difficulty getting roles because as Latino men, they got stereotype casted as gang members. You need heavier Spanish accents, stuff like that. So John was saying that because he was having trouble getting casted, he started writing his own material to do as like one man plays and comedy sketches and routines and stuff like that. So you know what, with social media platforms like TikTok and that exists now, if you want a chance to get some notice and you can't get it the traditional way, why not use the internet to get noticed that way? If no one's going to cast you anything, then make your own thing. So
Absolutely. No, 100%. 100%. Yeah, and like that's again, like that's like the nice thing, because like on Instagram and like Facebook, there's not really I don't say like a big enough audience, but it's like not as many people see your stuff, I'm gonna say, because it's kind of based off of what your tags are and whatever, and that's really the only way for anyone to kind of see outside of your circle. Where on TikTok with that For You page, if it's similar to something that other people have liked, you're going to get seen. It's easier for you to get seen, I should say, by a lot more people. So, yeah. No, and yeah. No, you're yeah. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah. Let me see. And then
Yeah.
the other thing about TikTok, and again, same thing with Instagram and Facebook, it's globally known. So, like, with situations like what's happening in Ukraine right now, when that first started, a lot of people that are in that area or whatever were throwing out videos showing like that they're safe, or showing people what's actually happening, and got a lot more information very, very quickly, waiting on, the news media and whatever. And, obviously certain news outlets will only show you certain things and the other is going to show you something else, and, whatever. But like on TikTok, you were seeing, real time stuff. So it can be very, it brings a lot of awareness of things that happen globally very quickly. So I think that's also a big positive. And I mean, again, it's supposed to be fun. There's a lot of fun stuff on there. You just have to kind of figure out a way to kind of pile through the bullshit. You can pile through the bullshit, I think you'll enjoy TikTok.
Yeah.
There's a
Well,
lot of people that do creative stuff, like even like fanfics and stuff. People do it on TikTok. Crazy.
really,
Yeah.
how exactly does that work? I'm just curious since I don't have it.
They have pictures of the character, obviously, and they'll have, like you still read, but it's like, you know, um, 5-second shot with the dialogue. And then if it's like if it's like a female reader or whatever, they'll show half of a woman's face or something to like indicate that it's like you talking. And it kind of, actually show it's all conversational.
Oh, interesting.
It's no, I mean, sometimes you get like internal monologue or whatever, but it's all conversational. But yeah, a lot of fanfics on there. A lot of fanfics.
That's interesting.
Yeah. If you know what
Actually
you're
pretty good.
looking
I mean-
for, TikTok is good. But if you're just going on there with no clue, then you're gonna find a lot of bullshit till you find the stuff that you're looking for.
Oh, isn't that how it always is?
No, you pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I always recommend like to go through your, FYP, especially if you're brand new, because there's things that you may not even realize that you'll like. Through that, like you said, Mary, you have to cut through because you're gonna see that too. But you do have a way of putting I'm not interested, and then hopefully you never see content like that again. Doesn't always work, fortunately. You can try.
Yeah. But like I said, I do like the fact that with TikTok, you're seeing a lot more what I would call normal everyday people, the people that aren't using a ton of filters and trying to be look like they haven't eaten in 6 years. Not that there's anything wrong with those women if that's what they want, or if some women just look like that naturally. And my God, ladies, I commend you for having the energy to do anything when you look like that. Because I mean, seriously, I'm not, and that this is not me talking down or saying there's anything wrong with looking like that. I just literally don't know how you guys have energy to do anything. I don't, but
yes. No, I agree.
Yeah.
It is nice to see,
Yeah.
every day.
Mm-hmm. And there,
Doing stuff
because
out
I mean, I follow this one lady because I literally just flipped through my TikTok real quick just to see who I was following, and one of them is this woman, and she is like somebody that I would see around where I live. I mean, she's just ordinary. I mean, she's a slightly larger woman, which there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, but it's refreshing to see things like that on social media like that.
Mm-hmm.
And not have to always just see the super skinny, super made up, super fake looking. You girls know who you are. Those kind at all times. And I mean, yeah, if that's what you want to look like, great. You do you. But it's not realistic. I like seeing the realistic looking people. Whether you're a size 0 or a size 24. Show me the real you. I want to see the real you. I don't want to see all the filters and lighting effects. Show me you. Who are you? Let me get to know that person. That I do like that about the TikTok because you do see more people that are being real.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, when people are trying to portray themselves as being a certain way or looking a certain way, it really does say a lot more about them and the image they're trying to project of themselves versus like what people actually want. Because I bet you if people found out that, certain influencers were like constantly using filters, they would probably be way more upset about the fact that, oh, this person that I follow, I thought like I was, seeing this amazing, relatable person, but they've been actually doing all this stuff that's completely fake. And it's like, I don't even know who I'm following anymore. And, there's all this disappointment about it because they're not being they're not being genuine because you're trying to portray yourself as a certain thing and people follow you thinking that you are that certain thing. And then if it came out that you're basically lying to people about what you really are and what you're really about, then, yeah, that's not going to be good.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
I think I agree with you, Mary. It does give normal people a platform. Do what the stereotypical, what people want to see, like yeah,
Yeah,
it gives everyone a chance to shine.
exactly. And I
Shine
like that. And it almost, and I'm saying almost because I'll never do it, but it almost gives me enough guts to actually want to try TikTok for myself. But it'll never happen
You do like
because
what I did. Like I said, I just did the music challenges.
I
Songs
can't
do you
sing to
know?
save my life.
It's not singing. You hear the music and you have to put what the, if you know it or not. If you know the song.
Yeah, true. Could probably do that. It's like I said, it almost it almost makes me want to do it. But at the same time, I'm just like, no.
You don't have to. Like I said, I barely
I know.
post anything. I prefer just going on and watching.
Yeah, that's me. I'm like, I would love to be able to do stuff like that and actually become like famous and an influencer. I mean, who wouldn't want to do that? But at the same time, I'm just like, nah, I'm good.
Actually curious now, Sam, like since you said you've posted stuff, like do you have a lot of followers or anything?
I have 33 followers.
That's not too bad. Like you're not like aggressively trying to get followers or
No,
anything,
at least not yet. Like if I have to figure out my life, if I actually want to like do this seriously, and like which
right?
I think I am in terms of like the acting stuff. So like then I'll really start, trying to get more creative with videos and things like that to get more to get noticed more. But right now I post so seldomly that I don't expect a lot of followers. Like I said, I go on right now more just to watch. And,
Right.
in a way it's also like to give me ideas for like when I do want to, do whatever. So, um,
Yeah. I mean, I was just curious because it's like, like you were saying, you didn't post like a lot. So I was just
mhm.
curious, like how many followers you had, but also the other part of it is like how many of those followers are like really random people that followed you versus like mutual follows or people you already know that,
Only two mutual follows. Only two of my friends. The rest of them are random people.
well, see,
31.
that's actually right. So that's actually not that bad, actually, since you're not, like I was saying, you're not like actively trying to get followers per se. You're just like posting a couple random things that
Mhm.
you wanted to join in on the fun. So
Yep.
that's actually not bad at all. Thanks for listening, everyone. Catch us next time.
And see what we're going to talk about.
Because the three fates decide.